We've talked about kind of, you know, looking at accelerating and increasing revenue streams using innovation and entrepreneurship. What about for those that I would say, for lack of a better word, thrived during the pandemic? Some industries that saw their demand increase. They have a huge task now to retain those customers that they've acquired
Yeah.
during the pandemic. What advice would you give them in terms of how they can, finding innovative ways to kind of retain
Well,
customers?
I love tools, of course, because I mean, come on, I'm an innovation advisor, consultant, whatever. So I love tools and I develop my own tools. And I think tools are great for having disciplined discussions within a team and to sort of focus in on an area and then see if we can move the needle in one way or the other. And for example, if we're talking about, because I know some of your listeners are within UX, CX, if we look at CX, I mean, kind of the idea, customer experience is to reduce the friction of buying a product and getting sort of after sales service. While user experience is more about reducing the friction when onboarding and using the product. And combining these two, which I think is ideally what you should do, it shouldn't be watertight departments between them. They should work hand in hand, right? You can use a tool like, for example, one that I developed also called the Customer Happiness Canvas. And you can look at different components within that, you could say, customer journey, where you could ideate and come up with new ways of creating value, because this is what you want to do in a way. You want to decrease the friction when you're kind of attracting new customers, and you want to, over time, kind of increase the friction to build loyalty, to keep the customers, right? To keep them happy. And what can you do there, right? So based on this canvas, we have different blocks. For example, easily tested. What can you do to remove unnecessary steps that stand in the way between your solution and your customers testing it? And that becomes, of course, more important the newer the solution is, that people don't understand what it is about, or the more complex the solution is. You need to think about ways of reducing the friction for people to start testing that solution, right? And then you can ideate in that, and then you can run a test and see if you can kind of increase conversion rates or what have you.